So for today's video, I decided to do one of the puzzles as requested by subscribers. And this one was requested by Miss Erstwhile in my February haul. And I just want to say thank you for all the subscribers that take the time to request puzzles and to comment on the videos and especially the puzzle hauls. So today's puzzle is the 1000 piece hay puzzle called Rocket Launch by Osterlee. And I just want to say thank you to Friday Night Puzzles for suggesting that I look up the pronunciation on Google or YouTube. That helped a lot. There was different versions of the pronunciation, but most of them come out to Osterlee, so I assume that is correct. If not, I do apologize. But yeah, let's tackle this beautiful puzzle. So the pieces are backed up. The box front only has part of the image. The back has got a smaller version of the whole image. I am going to try to use the back of the box for the image referencing, as the poster is quite big. Beautiful, colorful. I absolutely love it, but I'm not a fan of posters, especially this big. I will use the box as far as possible. If I get stuck, I will get back to the poster. But for now, I will use the box. I will use the no sorting method here. I call it fish. I go fish for pieces that I recognize and I place them where I think it will go. Usually for that method, I will take out the edge pieces, but I think for this one, I will leave the edge pieces in and sort them or fish for them as I proceed with the puzzle. So I don't have a box that I can work from, and I don't want to damage the plastic bag too much. It is a biodegradable, reusable bag, so I think if I use it too much to fish for the pieces from there, it might get damaged too much. I would like to reuse it. So I'm going to leave it as a pile on my table, and I'll work from the pile instead of a box lid or box in general. I will just fish for a piece. Let's see this one. That is that lady's head. So I will place it more or less. Pieces like, for instance, this one, quite purple. I don't know where it will go from just looking at the image. So I will not sort that aside as Donna Louise would normally do. So I will just put it back in the pile and look specifically for pieces that I recognize as going somewhere. This is a piece of that, I don't know, what is that, a vehicle or something, light on there. So that one, if that lady goes there, this one be more or less here. So I will just continue on this manner and see how far I get. I will give you an update in a little bit. I know that the detail of the cartoon puzzles doesn't show too well on the time lapses, so I will show as many close-ups as I can. So I got my first two pieces to fit. That will be that oak there in the swimsuit. The rest of the pieces on the table are very few, very sparingly scattered all over. I hope I will soon be able to add on to that. But yeah, that's the first piece I was able to connect. So initially it doesn't look like anything is happening. It just looks like random pieces being placed, but soon enough it will start forming a picture. Okay, so I've got a few that is 3 pieces connected, and I've got a whole lot more that is, there's another 3 pieces, then there is 2 pieces, 2 pieces, 2 pieces, another 3, there's 2 of the edge, and then I've got these that I know will more or less fit next to each other, but they are not yet connected. So I need, for instance, there 1 piece to connect them. Here as well, I need 1 piece to connect them to make it 3. So I know more or less what I'm looking for. This one should be more or less distinguishable, so I should be able to spot it relatively easy. But yeah, not that much more, but it is starting to form a picture. As I get pieces connected, I start realizing that there is detail that I haven't noticed at first launch from the box. So there is always something to discover, and that's what I absolutely love about cartoon puzzles. Very good example will be initially I didn't realize that there is so many aliens. So when I started discovering the aliens, I was very intrigued. So in the process of looking for that blue piece, I was able to find all of these. So there's a nice big cluster of pieces, which I'm very happy about. The rest is still 221133. And then I got the piece. So I've got one, two, three relatively big pieces. So while you watch me assembling this puzzle, I would love to share with you some of the aliens that I did discover. So this first one is this blue one here in the window, proper alien. And then there's the little green men, traditional aliens, no question about it. And then I also discovered that pink one that is very interesting. This girl here with her alien cat. It could be a dog, but to me it looks like an alien cat. And then the one that intrigued me the most was this one here in front of the kiosk. That could be a man in an alien costume. But then again, this could also be an alien in a human costume. So I would like to know what you guys think. If I look at the feet, that is an alien. If I look at the head, it looks like a human with an alien suit. So that is open for debate. Another thing that I discovered was a bunch of people doing kind of crazy things. So there's this oak that strapped himself to, is that a rocket launcher? I don't know, a flying machine. And and then there's this guy that started painting the rocket to look like a banana. And at the very top, this oak already mistaken the rocket for a banana and started pouring chocolate sauce all over it. There is, I don't know if I took a photo of that. This person that strapped himself to another rocket, I can only assume that this two in the white here at the bottom helped him, and he did not do that all by himself. A bunch of very, very interesting things. I won't show you every little thing for in case somebody else wants to do this puzzle. I don't want to completely spoil it for you, but there is so much to discover. Getting back to the progress on the puzzle, you will see a lot of little islands coming together. So that clusters of pieces, they are becoming more to work off from, and definitely I enjoy this method of puzzling so very much. This is more or less the point where I love to reach in the puzzle. Things are starting to get together. There are clusters of pieces that's already together. And this is where you can start connecting sections. Back to things that I've discovered. I believe I discovered some movie references. If I'm not mistaken, this in the corner here must be Darth Vader with a baby. And I'm not completely sure, so please forgive me. I haven't watched any of the Star Wars movies. So what I know about the movies is what people told me, memes and video clips that I've seen. So I am pretty sure this is Darth Vader. And then another character that I stumbled across is this brown one here. It might just be an alien like some of the others that I've discovered, but I'm pretty sure this one looks familiar, and I think it might be from the Star Wars franchise. So I don't know what's his name, and even if it is from Star Wars, but I discovered that one. And then I'm not sure if I'm just reaching here, but this red hand in the dustbin. It is so strange, and I kind of think it might also be a movie reference, but if it is, I don't know what movie. So if you know what that red hand is all about, please let me know because I'm so curious. So I've reached a point where almost everything touches to something. Every year in there is maybe one piece missing to have them to touch. It's only in the top corners that some more pieces are needed to get them to properly touch. But for the bottom half or the bottom two-thirds, basically everything touches to something. At this point, I am so familiar with the puzzle that it's very easy to recognize pieces that I was looking for previously. So it's definitely becoming easier to place the pieces and definitely some progress. So most of the recognizable pieces are already assembled. So what is left is mostly background pieces. And from here on out, I had to focus on background pieces that touched on something that's recognizable. And it's so full at this stage. Everything touches these big, big sections that's completed. Very few pieces every year in a day within the puzzle that is still needed to be assembled. And progress from here on out very, very fast. So I know there's a lot of people that prefer not to puzzle such busy images. But for those of you that do puzzle cartoon images, I am curious to know what is the most interesting thing that you found or discovered within a cartoon puzzle. I know in every single one I do, there's always something that I didn't expect and I found so cute. For instance, there was an underwater scene with fish, and there was a house, and next to the house there was a washing line with washing on it. And I never ever saw that when I looked at the image initially, and I never expected to find it there, and it was so darn cute. So this puzzle didn't lack any surprises and a lot of fun things to discover, and I wasn't disappointed. So there you have it. The reason I'm absolutely in love with cartoon puzzles. If the artists know what they're doing, there is so much to discover. So on that note, I would just like to say thank you. Thank you for everybody that give feedback in the comment section. Thank you for everybody that requests puzzles to be assembled. Everybody that participates in the polls. I do appreciate it so much. And I do appreciate the time you took to look at this video. I appreciate it so much. Take care, and I'll see you in the next one.